Hi everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to start a minute early because I've got quite a bit to cover today. So yeah, big thank you for joining this session this morning. My third time at e-commerce expo speaking, so happy to be back. My first morning session, so hopefully that means I'm moving up the headline list and not further down. But my name's Frank Brooks. I'm the head of EMEA marketing at Digital, and today I'm going to talk to you about the ever-increasing role of your website in your marketing strategy. But before I start, a quick show of hands. Who's heard of Digital? Ooh, very good. Keep your hand up if you're already a customer. Okay, cool. So we've got some customers. So you are going to love this. And those aren't yet customers, you're also going to love this too. But for those who don't know who Digital is, well, we are an all-in-one marketing automation, personalization, and data platform. We call that CXDP, or customer experience and data. We've got over 4,000 customers worldwide, and e-commerce brands specifically use us to drive more revenue and conversions, being an integral part of their tech stack. And we've been growing for 25 years. Actually, this year we celebrated turning 25. We've got some really exciting things planned for the rest of the year as well. And we're based in the UK. Our head office is just a few stops on the Jubilee line at London Bridge. What about me? Why should you listen to me today? Well, I've got about 10 years experience working with brands, customers on all sorts of strategies. I've been lucky enough to work for both brands, agencies, and vendors, so I know there is definitely a difference between all three of those, and maybe that probably hasn't worked for an agency. But I think most importantly, I'm a marketer too, right? I'm the same as you guys. I've been in your shoes, and usually I do have two shoes on, but today I'm suffering a bit of an injury. But yeah, I walked usually in your shoes, and I know firsthand those challenges you face every day. I've certainly burnt the midnight oil, and I've struggled with targets and budgets and negotiating with tricky stakeholders. I don't know about you guys, but often I feel like I'm bouncing from one KPI to the next. Open rates, click rates, CPLs, customer lifecycle value. I'm seeing some nods, so hopefully you guys understand some of the shared pains we may feel. But it's tough. I think that's what I'm getting at. I haven't found a silver bullet, and I'm not going to find you a silver bullet today, I'm afraid. But what I am going to show you is that there are small tactics you may already be sitting on that can help you achieve success. But for me, it's all about harnessing the data that you have, using the right tools and tactics, and really starting to personalize the experience. So just to unpack a little bit about what I mean. So the role of the website has changed. It's evolved. It was once, that supported a high street store, if you have them. So now they don't even support stores. They are the sole revenue driver of your e-commerce business. The transformation has been wider than that, because the website, it is your brand. It's the centralized point where all your marketing goes to. It's where your target audience researches and builds intent to purchase. It's where your customers become repeat customers and advocates and get into loyalty programs. It's where sales are launched and leftover inventory is sold. And it's where customers go for troubleshooting issues and expecting speedy and informed responses. So in other words, the website is no longer a static revenue-driving engine. It's an engagement hub. It's about capturing attention to drive revenue. Why? Because the relationship between merchants and customers has changed. It was one directional. The website was that shop window. It was the email 11 a.m. on a Thursday, all summed up by the term going to market. Then it became a little bi-directional. We send triggered emails based on actions and maybe limited data. But now the customer owns that experience. They are in the driving seat. So your website needs to service you, your business, in order to serve your customers and act as an engagement hub. Because people are busy. We're all busy. We're probably all consumers in this room as well. So especially that battle for attention is huge. When we look at Gen Z and Gen Alpha, even more so, that browsing window is so much shorter than it used to be. We've got so many social channels, so many TV channels. Searches need to be perfect first time, especially when mobile shopping and social shopping is so much on the rise, and I'm sure you'll hear that a lot today, no doubt. Another quick show of hands, how many people would prefer to buy something on a mobile device rather than a desktop device? Okay, so probably just over half, so definitely see how we're moving in that direction. There's a lot to compete with in that space. So I'm going to talk to you today, in the next sort of 15 minutes, about how we can use this formula to turn your website into an engagement hub. How an engagement hub can drive revenue, how an engagement hub can capture the attention of your merchants, no matter the demographic of them, and how an engagement hub ties everything together to make you a more successful business. So what are we working with? So when we start to pick these things apart, it starts to get quite interesting. So I think if everybody in this room is selling something online, I hope that you've all got an e-commerce store, or if you're about to, I'm sure we'll get to that sort of 100%. But then when we start thinking about, I was looking at some data from internet retailing, some digital data, some other things around, found that 71% of people are using product recommendations. That's great. But 29% of brands aren't doing that. So there is unlocking that opportunity to drive revenue and turn your website into an engagement hub. More shockingly, 15% are optimizing the site search. So the guys with the good maths are going to find that 85% aren't doing that. To me, that's crazy. That's where we need to be focusing our tactics and our tech to start recouping more money. When it comes to marketing perspective, if 100% of you, I would hope, using some form of ESP or email service provider to talk to your customers. Only 55% of brands are using marketing automation. So, that is such a huge place to start because it can really help you drive revenue and be a better marketer. And finally, it wouldn't be a digital presentation without talking about SMS, because SMS is a fantastic channel. 61% of brands aren't using SMS as a channel, so it's such untapped opportunity. And the reason that this can feel like an untapped opportunity is because when it comes to tactics, there are loads. I would be surprised if anybody's doing all of these. I would also be surprised if anybody could confidently say that they are maybe fully optimized in even half of these. Again, I may not be telling you something you already didn't know, but what I'm trying to do is say that adding a few incremental changes can make a really big difference, and these gains can add up. So let's look at a few of these in a little bit more detail, how things you could be sitting on can really help to create an engagement hub and drive revenue. Friendly warning though, these are all .digital examples. So let's start with the customer data. To become an engagement hub, you need to absorb all customer data from all different channels in order to action it. That helps you turn data into action, and it helps you to better understand your audience. You need the tools that can help you automate, do heavy lifting, profile and segment, like RFM modeling, anything where you can identify the quick wins and the key areas to focus on for success. All of that putting data into action quickly and easily, and that's what it's all about. Which leads me on to smart tech. You need smart tech that can easily turn this data into an amazing CX, or customer experience, via multiple channels that's highly personalized. Highly personalizing website content through customer data, past interactions, current engagements can help for a more well-considered, more pleasant experience, a more relevant experience. Personalized product recommendations, not just on the website, but in email as well, can help it easier for customers to choose their next purchase, drive up that average order value, and make you more money. And another thing about SMS, it's a really great opportunity to personalize. You can personalize loads of different data points, enroll people into VIP programs that are based on the super loyal among them, getting a engagement, a message into your mobile device, which has some of the best engagement stats of all the channels out there. 98% open rate, you can't argue with that. And then we talked about tactics. I'm not going to show you that slide with all of those tactics on again because there's a lot, but I'm going to call out two. And these are from Digital, and these are two of my favorite and two that I use quite a lot as a marketer. These are powered by our cutting-edge marketing intelligent agents engine called Winston AI. Winston on the back. So come and find him on our stand. When we launched Winston in early 2023, he was the fastest adopted feature ever in our 25 years by our customers, including this feature here, subject line optimization, should I say. It creates multiple versions that you can choose from, and it gets smarter every time you use it. Now, with engagements in mind, what's the point of sending? I get frustrated. You put hours of work into creating a highly crafted email that's all justified correctly, the padding is good, the color's on point, the call to action is amazing, for it not to be opened because you've got a dodgy subject line. So a smarter tactic, get that used to help drive up your open rates. Also, I'm on the SMS bandwagon, as you can probably tell, but this takes all of the heavy lifting out of it. One click to SMS conversion. With one click, you can turn an email into a highly customized 160-character message in a matter of clicks, where it's in one click, and then you can click to send. That can happen minutes after you've sent your email. A great cross-channel experience for maybe your more VIP customers. So referring back to that, this formula we have now, when we're taking our customer data, when we're applying it to the tech that we have, considering using smarter tech, but really looking at the tactics available to us to help move the needle, turn it into an engagement hub, and allow us to drive more revenue. But there is another way of looking at this. Again, marketing presentation probably wouldn't be at TFM or e-commerce expo without some form of funnel. So try to simplify it into sort of a traditional revenue funnel. Looking at the top, we've got our acquisition and awareness. So here we're seeing that every stage we can make those small incremental increases to help us move towards the engagement hub. So smarter data capture leads to increased list growth. You've got more people to email, which is great. Being able to better identify your anonymous users helps you create more customer profiles, understand your customers better. Lifecycle marketing automation generates more website visitors in the long run. A highly personalized website experience increases their visitor likelihood to buy. And cross-channel retargeting makes marketing budgets go further. I think that's the best. As a marketer myself, as a budget holder myself, it's all about making the money go further. When we look into the middle and we're looking for really that sort of transaction and those conversions on your website, by optimizing the journey, we're going to put more people in the buying cycle. By being better able to target using customer profiles that we had earlier, we can generate more sales. Abandoned browse and abandoned cart programs really increase the number of lost of transactions and help you recoup that lost revenue. So anything where you've forgotten this, did you forget something? Element of really helping capture revenue otherwise already missed. And personalized product recommendations, as I said, can help grow the average order value, grow the average basket value to help you make more money. And finally, retention and loyalty, because it's all about treating customers, getting them to come back for more. By being data-driven, we're going to hopefully reduce the next time to purchase. We're going to be able to know exactly when things have run out, or using trend data to work out when someone's going to likely want to buy from us again. Loyalty campaigns increase that lifetime value as well by being able to feel that real sense of advocacy to the brand. And obviously social proof, testimonials spark interest from new people. So whichever way you look at this, whether you're looking at it purely from a tactical perspective down, or you're looking at your funnel, or looking at it any other way, it's the small gains that really can start to add up. There are no shortcuts to success, but I think if you can start small and build scale quickly, you can really start to create an engagement hub that, most importantly, drives revenue. So I'll leave you with this. Are you utilizing the customer data that you have? Is your tech stack up to the job? And are you implementing the right tactics? Because if the answer is no to any of those, I guarantee you probably are leaving money on the table. But many of those things are available in Digital. So if you want to talk to us about your tech, about your tactics, you can find us right over there on stand G30. We're also going to be running some marketing masterclasses throughout the day. We'll be looking at simple automations, designing emails, segmentation, you name it, with one of our training team. They'll be starting from lunchtime. Totally free. Come and grab a headset and come talk to us. But for me, big thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.